In this episode of the Grow Your Clinic podcast, we're going to give you a bit of a peek behind the scenes. We're going to pull back the curtain and give you a glimpse, or at least let you listen to a glimpse, of our upcoming recruitment immersion. For our Business Academy members, we are diving deep into a 60-day immersion covering all things recruitment, attracting talent, creating pathways for your team members, everything to do with recruitment. We are immersing ourselves for the next 60 days. And so we've taken the audio from one of the videos we've created for our members. So Ben Lynch will be guiding you through behind the scenes of what you might expect in our recruitment immersion. Take a listen and enjoy.
This is the Grow Your Clinic podcast from Clinic Mastery. We help progressive health professionals to lead inspired teams, transform client experiences, and build clinics for good. Now, it's time to grow your clinic.
Welcome to the Recruitment Immersion. My name is Ben Lynch. I'm going to be your host as we go deep into recruitment over 60 days. There are 5 parts that we're covering across 5 sessions, and I'm going to give you an insight in just a moment on what they are. It's quite common for us to hear that recruitment is hard, whether people are not getting enough applicants or enough of the right applicants, or right at the crutch moment when you're giving that person a job offer, they go somewhere else and completely blow up your plans. It's so frustrating. However, there are some clinics, believe it or not, who are getting an abundance of people coming to them, applying, even knocking on their door without them having an active job in the marketplace saying, "Can I work for you?" It's unreal. There's a few things that separate them from others. And this is a journey about always improving. In fact, the principle that binds this together is you are always hiring. Now, this is one of the key distinctions that separates those that are having an abundance of people come to their clinic wanting to work with them and for them from those that are really struggling, because no wonder it's competitive if all of a sudden your hiring is reactive to a need that you need someone right now. You need someone to fill a position on the team, and you put up a job ad and hope that the wordsmithing you've got on the job ad completely blows away all the other wordsmiths that are out there. And I say that with humility because I've done it as well. You think, I'm going to say, how good is our culture, our team training, our support, yada, yada, yada. Everyone's saying the same thing. How do you substantiate that? Well, it comes back to brand. If you've built enough brand equity, you can start to draw upon that. And that looks like people coming and wanting to work with you, to partner with you. So brand is at the core of this. And the idea that brand is really, what are you saying to the marketplace and how are you backing that up with action? And one of the most important actions in recruitment is that you are always hiring, not just when you need it, because it's way too late then. And so some subtle shifts here are, I'm always hiring. And then how are you measuring your progress? Because just like we would in any other business domain, whether it's our financials or our client journey, we're looking and measuring based off the data, how well are we doing? And that's really a characteristic of a hungry, humble, smart clinic owner, is not to say I'm doing that, rather how well am I doing that, to find the incremental improvements or the marginal gains. So one of the key things that you need to do as a simple action is measure your hiring processes with some KPIs. And we've got KPIs at each stage of this funnel, essentially going from a broad spectrum of people within your industry and profession, narrowing it down to the ideal people, and then enrolling them into our team. We then have different strategies at each part of this journey here. Because if you're just hoping that the job ad will work, you're leaving a lot on the table. We want to build robustness and rigor in our recruitment. And this comes back to the recruitment funnel. Now, I know recruitment's not as black and white as this or as simple as this. It's way more colorful and complex. This serves really as a way to simplify your recruitment, to give you a good visual reference and perhaps understand where are the opportunities for our recruitment now and ongoing. Because if you've got a recruitment problem now, or if you don't, well done, happy days. We want your recruitment to be better and better and better and better and better and better and better in 12 months, in 24 months, in 36 months, so that it's not such a challenge for you. And that requires you constantly innovating, finding the marginal gains, asking how well are we doing this and how can we do it better? And you know that by your tracking and your KPIs and your reporting. So as part of the recruitment immersion, you're going to get a dashboard. We love a dashboard. You've got to be able to track and measure your progress. There's a Peter Drucker that said, what gets measured gets managed. So we've got a dashboard for you in the recruitment immersion to track your progress. And then over the course of 5 sessions, 5 different sections that we're going to cover. Here are the sections. The first part is that we need to actually create a level of awareness that we even exist. Because for some, they've already got a reputable brand. For others, they're absolutely working on it. We have to make sure that people even know we exist, that we are an option, because there are thousands of clinics around the country and around the world. More and more starting each month, we see it. So how do we create awareness that we even exist? Next, interest. How do we actually measure that people not only know about us, but are starting to be interested in us and could possibly be part of a pathway to joining our team now or in the future? Because you want to play the long game here. Yes, you might have a need now and you might have a few people down this end of the funnel. But how are we building this funnel for 18 months from now when you need 3 extra therapists, right? So play the long game here. How do we build interest? Next, how do we then help them through the evaluation process? When they start to think about maybe the pains or challenges, frustrations they have in their current role, or if they're a new grad progressing into the real world, how can we help them? How can we be the trusted advisor for choosing career options in our industry? We do it for clients. We do all sorts of content and partnerships, etc., so that people get value and also see as a trusted voice and option in their healthcare. What about in our profession? What if we were the preferred provider of employment? What assets could we be producing that live and breathe in the ecosystem of our industry, our local and global community, that help us build awareness, interest, and help people and guide them through the evaluation process? Because next, this is where they get to consideration. This is where they're actively pursuing. They're applying for the job. They're requesting more information. They're actually knocking on the door saying, do you have a role available for me? Because now this is where you're also actively looking. See, what most people do is they start here. That's coming back to the, I have a need right now. Let's put up a job ad and maybe a little video. It's just not going to cut it in this ever expanding environment of options of where to work, and also therefore the competitive nature that's out there. This is looking at how do we invest our time, our money, and our resources in a way that helps build this and to become more free-flowing. We get more people in abundance wanting to work with us. Whether you're in the country and you're trying to convert people out of the city to come and join you, or whether you're in the city and it's highly competitive and you're trying to get people to change where they're working, everyone has their unique challenges when it comes to recruitment. How are you being the trusted advisor to help them make this jump, to consider the things to evaluate, and then come through here and have an open, active dialogue with you? Next, conversion. This is the sticky point of the funnel here, which is where we want them to stick around and choose us. I hear a lot of times people go, we got to this point, we offered the job and they took the job elsewhere. So what are some strategies that we can have that are here to get them over the edge? So there are strategies at each level of this funnel. each to help someone progress to the next stage. Now, I know when people who want to join your team come into awareness of who you are, they're going to join at various points in this funnel. Again, it's not as cut and dry. What we want to build, though, is robustness in our ecosystem so that we're catching people at all of their career stages where they might be considering getting awareness of different options or the options that are available to them. So what are the strategies here to get them to the next point? And being very clear on what that is and how we measure it in the KPI section with your dashboard is super clear. We have an abundance of strategies at each stage. Not every strategy is worth doing. Not every strategy will be right for you. So we're going to walk you through how you might be able to use some of the tools and resources that you have available, some of the dashboards and the calculators that you have, plus running it through your own filter about what is the right strategy for right now, the right next thing for you to work on. And then be able to dashboard that and work towards building out other strategies over time as you build out your ecosystem of assets that helps you always hire. The challenge to you is this: if you're doing well, well done. How well am I doing this? If you're finding it hard to hire at the moment, this is a subtle yet significant shift in looking at building out robustness and rigor in your recruitment so that you're attracting more people and more of the right people to work with. We're excited to deliver this for you. We've got a lot to cover and can't wait to collaborate with you. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of engagement, and a lot of learning as well. Most importantly, a lot of doing in between the sessions so that you get some momentum now and it carries on into the months and years ahead so your recruitment is far more fruitful. We'll speak soon. Looking forward to it. Bye for now.
Thanks for tuning in to the Grow Your Clinic podcast. To find out more about past episodes or how we can help you, head to www.clinicmastery.com/podcast. And please remember to rate and review us on your podcast player of choice. See you on the next episode.